I appreciate you joining us here this evening. Waiting for a few people to jump on here. Normally we're on at 8 o'clock. Wait to see if people realize we're going live. We normally have a premiere this time of night, but see if we have anybody jump on here. We'll give it a minute or so. Our normal scheduled time is 8 o'clock. Old cold front's rolling through. I see somebody just joined. We'll give it a minute. Welcome, folks. We're going live tonight because we had video upload difficulties. So we wanted to let you know how everything is going. I see you there, Mary Sue Jordan. I see you. Thanks for joining tonight. Lenore City, Tennessee, it looks like. This font is so small when you go live, it's very difficult to see it. And so just about squint to see what it is. How you doing, Maria? I see you there. Appreciate you joining us tonight. The cold front is coming, folks, and the wind has picked up, and I was trying to upload our video for tonight, and it's kind of lengthy. We're starting to talk about money that's not making it to Western North Carolina. We're going to be talking in depth tomorrow night on amounts that's been allocated, so they say. But we are learning, I can go ahead and tell you a little bit, we are learning that only 9% of the allocated money for Western North Carolina has actually been spent. So where's the money? That's the question. Why are people's lives not being rebuilt? Why are they going through a second winter, living in tents, campers, wood sheds, they call them tiny homes. It's just like a 10 by 12 outbuilding, some insulated, some not, relying solely on shower trailers and laundry trailers and things, and relief centers. And it's just a crying shame of what the people of Western North Carolina are having to go through. I see, looks like Gigi Godwin. Good to see you tonight. Brentwood, Tennessee. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's a crying shame these folks are having to go through what they're going through. And the government has let the insurance companies off the hook. This was a 1,000-year flood, and we ain't so sure it wasn't created somewhat. We don't know. I don't know that to be a fact. I can't say it was, and I can't say it wasn't. I can tell you today, despite the government shutdown, we have seen quite a bit of spraying. I guess they're going to try to take advantage of this front coming in. There are calls for snow in the higher elevations this week. So I guess they're going to try to manipulate that and create a intensifying effort for the snow. But, you know, they need to leave that stuff alone. The good Lord knows what he's doing, and they don't need to try to intensify those things. And I know the reason they're doing that is because they want to make everybody think that this CC, for you new viewers, we're going to use the phonetic alphabet. So if you'll take the first letter of the word, you can put 2 and 2 together here, because they're still censoring what you can say. So the CC stands for Charlie, Lima, Indigo, Mike, Alpha, Tango, Echo, and then you have to add the word behind that, which is change. that is the CC we refer to. So for them to come in here and intensify a storm to try to create more devastation to make people fall for the gimmick of the green scam, they want you to think that that CC is for real. Now, I did run across something very interesting today. These woke ideologists have created a big problem over in Denmark. I don't know if anybody have seen this yet. It's not on mainstream media. Of course, they ain't going to tell you this. But Denmark is requiring their farmers now to use, I may be pronouncing this wrong, Bovar, I think is the name of the drug, Bovar. They having to give this to their cows, and it's to prevent them from having gas. They're saying that the methane produced by the cows is tearing up the atmosphere. Well, you know, methane naturally breaks down in the atmosphere. It takes 9 to 12 years, but is a naturally occurring thing. But now these farmers are being forced in Denmark to give this Bovar drug to their cows, and now they're falling over like flies. So it's killing the cattle. And this is all designed by these woke mentality people to drive up the cost of beef and to replace the beef with their investment of the future, which is lab-grown meats and fake protein and synthetics. And it's all grown, folks. You can research this. I'll even tell you who the person is. The name is Henrietta Lacks. She was passed away in the 50s. Her DNA and blood samples was taken from Johns Hopkins University. I actually never notified the family that this even took place, but the fake lab meat is grown from her cancer cells. So you're eating cancer cells from Henrietta Lacks. HBO did a documentary on this very thing, and you can see that. But you can look up her name. She had a very aggressive type of cancer, and she had a reoccurring cell that they had never seen before, and realized that this particular cell could culture all kinds of things. And these family members never knew that they basically stole the DNA from this lady and took the cells, and they've been making money off of different kinds of drugs and things all through the years. And they have just recently, in the last 5 or 8 years, I think, found out about it. I think they wound up suing the university, and I don't know what the outcome was. I'm not worried about it, but that's where your lab-grown meat comes from. Now, tomorrow night, we're going to take an in-depth look at Foxtrot Echo Mike Alpha and that allocated money that is not making its way to these folks in western North Carolina. And I'm seeing a lot of, in my research, I'm seeing a lot of restrictions that are coming with this money. And these restrictions are prohibiting these folks from being able to qualify for any money. What I'm continually seeing is money that is set aside for HUD and multi-family units of low income, kind of like, I guess it'd be like apartment buildings or something like. You don't have that in western North Carolina. Western North Carolina, outside of the metropolitan areas like Asheville and some of the big cities like Hendersonville, it's farm country, folks, farming land. And these people owned their homes. There is no such thing as multi-family dwellings there. It's all single family. And these folks are not going to qualify for this junk that they're allotting this money for. I think they allot money in this type of situation just so that they can, just so people can't access money to be able to rebuild their lives. But they want to do it in a way that they get political to make it look like, well, we voted to give money, but they had all this red tape tied to it. And time you take all the red tape off of it, you find out you're ineligible, you don't qualify. There's all kinds of garbage that goes along with it. I see Bluebird Grandma out there, good to see you this evening. I see Philip Wayne Blanchard. Appreciate you joining us. Let's see if he's Carnivore Joyce is on. Deepwater 3335. Hello, Gretchen. I see you. Mary of Mayberry. Appreciate all you joining us today. We wasn't expecting to go live, but what happened was we had a hello, Lisa, R76. We was trying to upload a video, and we have been having continual issues uploading videos to YouTube for. It's not the first time. It's happened last few days several times, and we couldn't get the video put on there to even let people see that it was going to be something come on. So I've decided what we're going to do is, if we can't get the video loaded, we'll just go live. We can beat them at their own game. They're censoring us quite frequently. They're beating us down. They're not promoting anything. They're not letting people see anything. People's being unsubscribed, and people are not being notified that anything is even happening on the channel. The notification bell has been turned off for them, and that's kind of the way things has been running. And they're doing that to not just this channel, but most channels that are trying to show people how to be more self-sufficient, God-oriented type channels, and you know, people that just don't put up with the junk, and they're going to tell it like it is. And that's kind of how you need to be. And I see Diane C on here. I see Philippians 4.8. I see you guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. I see Brian. I see you there. Yep, you're exactly right. I see that. Appreciate you folks joining the live chat. I see Mary Sue Jordan on. Thank you for joining tonight. And but we just wanted to get on to let people know that what we're trying to look at on Foxtrot Echo Mike Alpha and what's going on. And the wind has kicked up here just a few minutes ago, and we had an ember land out here in the garden, and I just happened to be standing out, and I kept smelling smoke, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and it stunk. And what it was, it had caught the grass on fire, and I had to go out there and beat it out. Water hose won't reach that far, and I had already winterized it, put everything up, and so I knew there was some cinder blocks sitting out there, so I threw cinder blocks on it, literally beat it out with cinder blocks, and but it's out now. I have no idea where it came from, but it's out now. And then I went in the house and got several bottles of water and filled them up and poured it out on there, but it looks like it's out, and I don't smell the smoke anymore. But no telling when that landed or where it come from. I don't think anybody would be burning a fire pit as windy as it is here right now. But that just shows you folks how easy things can catch on fire. It's very, very dry. We did have a little bit of rain, but it was not a rain that was heavy, didn't create any mud puddles or anything. It was just more of a mist and everything, but it's just bone dry. And we've got this front coming in, and winds blowing 20 and 25 miles an hour through here. I don't know if you can hear. That's why I'm in the carport, so that we could block this off. But I wanted to be outside so I could smell the smoke if it reignited. So I see Maria Gladstone says we're having thunderstorms right now. Wow, that's something. I see MM Judy B. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I appreciate all the viewers that are joining, and what we've got going on in Western North Carolina. I see Karen Holler on. Karen Holler on tonight. Appreciate you joining us. I can't hardly read this little tiny font that's on here. It's really small when it's on live. You about need a magnifying glass to see it and everything. But folks, tomorrow night we're going to have that information on, like I said, on Foxtrot Echo Mike Alpha. We're also going to let you know some more information about Mawmaw's Cheer, what's going on. Oh, and Brother Bud is going to be having a volunteer day, and they're going to be serving some barbecue at B-Log. Anybody wants to drop by that's within a reasonable driving distance. And I see Jeanette Marie on. Thank you for joining tonight. But they're going to have that on November the 15th at B-Log. And they're trying to get a volunteer day. They're also trying to raise a lot of money to continue buying the option of being able to purchase that facility for the community. That's about the only place big enough to have a relief center for that many people. Now that Bald Creek Relief has closed down, all pressure for the entire county is on B-Log now. So that's a big issue there, and we're seeing a lot of issues with relief centers being able to support what they've got coming in. I just got word today. Me and Brother Bud was on the phone, and he said that he's getting word that the main food supplier that was supplying Chris Wataka and I can't remember the other lady. Has been helping supply First Baptist Church of Weaverville, Jenica. You may have heard Chris if you've heard her on my channel talk about Jenica. They have run out of food, and they have no more food to be able to supply to the hubs and things. So don't know what's going to happen with their little ministry they have over there in Tennessee. Don't know anything about what's going to happen, but we've heard that they're out of food and can't supply any of the hubs anymore. Let's see here. There is Truth and Justice. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Yeah, let's see here. I'm trying to read it. It's coming in. Jeanette Marie. Hello, Wendy. How you doing this evening? And I see Vivian King on there in Arkansas. I appreciate you joining us this evening. But yeah, we're starting to see the relief centers kind of drop. They're dropping one by one. They're running out of food. They're running out of donations. They're running out of financing and things like that, and they just can't stay open any longer. And we've been very, very fortunate with our coalition that we have established that we're able to continue, because now there's more pressure on us because these other hubs are falling by the wayside to continue to support these relief centers that's getting more foot traffic because there's beginning to be less relief centers. So that means more food going out at each one. Yes, Wendy, I'm doing fine. I hope everyone that's watching is doing well as they can. And we're just bracing for the cold air. I've already winterized everything here and ready to go. And we got everything done at my wife's uncle's house today. I went down there after church. We got the goats fed. We got everything set up in case the cold air hits, and so he don't freeze up and bust a bunch of stuff. He's all taken care of, and he'll be good to go. Drained all of his water hoses and everything for him. He is doing a lot better. He is able to get up and move around now more than he has been able to, but he's still got a good road to recovery, and that's the main thing. We got him plenty of firewood. He's not going to be cold now. Got it split and cut up for him, and it's in the woodshed, so he's good to go. Let's see here. It says we're cold here in Missouri. I see that, Wendy. We're still, look, I'm in short sleeves, folks. Still in short sleeves, but the wind's howling. And I was down in the soybean field a little earlier, and on the four-wheeler, and when I got down there to the creek bottom, I believe the temperature fell 5 degrees down there on the creek. And so I know it's coming, but up on top of the mountain there, the wind was kicking up pretty good, and they were spraying, and the spray would last in the atmosphere about probably 30 minutes, and then it was dissipating. So they were spraying left and right, and running a north-south pattern, and it wasn't staying long because the winds aloft was really pushing that stuff wherever they're wanting it to go to intensify whatever's coming. Now they've had ice and some flurries and things up in the northern part of the mountains in the high elevations around Mount Mitchell in the last week. Brother Bud did go up and haul up, I think he told me he carried 2 relief centers, propane. They had ran out. He answered the call and went up and replenished those 2 relief centers. One of them was Christ Baptist in Newland, and the other one was, I believe he said B-Log. I believe he said was the other one he had to go refill. They were running out. No, I'm wrong. It was Michelle over in Minneapolis. It was Michelle in Minneapolis. So he got her some propane and up at Christ Baptist. So they want to make sure that everybody can have access to propane for heat with this cold front coming in, because it's really going to get down in the mountains, upper teens to 20 degrees. And we're just hoping that Convoy of Hope got everybody up there's camper winterized. There was a big list that they were going to be taking and going through and winterizing the campers. I did see some people that had already utilized old hay bales and stuff that they had from where they'd baled some hay and been in the barn a while. And you know, a lot of them don't have cows anymore because all that stuff, the fencing all got tore down, and so they're not able to put the fencing up because they just lack the resources to do it. And they had some hay in the barn, so they give that hay out to the neighbors and people that's in campers, and they're underpinning and winterizing their campers with hay bales underneath to hold the heat so they don't have pipes to bust and everything. And it's a very good idea, and it works well. Well, folks, I appreciate you joining me here this evening. We'll be back on tomorrow night as usual. Hopefully we won't have the problem that we had, and that was trying to upload the video. It'll just get stuck at a particular place and just won't move any further. And it makes you think, well, we'll have to start it all over, and that's what you do. You restart your phones and everything else to see if you can get it to boot and go, but that just don't seem to help it. It's like there's a slow speed that's been put on where you just can't get enough bandwidth at YouTube to be able to put the video on. So anyway, folks, I appreciate you joining me here tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow night at our normal time at 8 o'clock. And if you're new to the channel and you're not a subscriber, hit that subscription button and the notification bell and give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment. That beats these algorithms. It beats that computer system that they've got there that prevents people from being notified. A lot of people have been unsubscribed. The list goes on. And they fix it where you can't have your videos sent out and previewed or viewed by new people. They restrict that because the algorithms, so you have to beat the algorithms for that to bypass their system. Well, folks, I appreciate you joining me here today. Y'all have a blessed day and continue praying for Western North Carolina, and we thank you for your support and everything that we do. We couldn't do it without you viewers. Thanks a lot. Y'all have a blessed day. Thanks a lot.